Hello! Welcome back! Did y'all miss me? Let's get right into it today. As you can see by the title or the thumbnail or whatever the hell, we have a fun video in store for us today. It is the Harmesis duo. Y'all know on this channel we are a big fan of Crit Lingsha, premier Harmacist in Honkai Star Rail. On the first node, we are running Crit Lingsha as always, but without Jade. So we are bringing Branya in so that she's basically giving Sunday another turn, which means Sunday is gonna give Lingsha a third turn. So we're gonna have Lingsha go, and then we have Sunday pull her and Fuyan up, and then she goes, and then Fuyan attacks. And then, of course, instead of using Branya's skill on Lingsha, because Branya, of course, does not bring up summons with her E, we're gonna Branya E onto Sunday, and then Sunday E onto Lingsha again for the third turn. So that is the concept. And then, of course, Robin is there to boost up follow-up attacks and just be the overall buffer. In the second node, we are running Jade Hypercarry with Hyacine and Little Ika as the debt collectors. Since I always need Sunday with Lingsha, I was like, maybe I can make Sparkle work. Surprise, surprise, she does. Especially for this. With Tribby tagging along, we have a triple quantum, which maximizes on Sparkle's attack buff for quantum characters, which is 45%. Despite the fact that Hyacine and Tribby do not really benefit from those attack buffs, Sparkle does provide damage bonus and also crit damage boost to her targets of her skill, and you will see how that interacts with both Jade and Hyacine. For the buffs, I have selected the first one, Universality, because we do need those additional skill points because of how many skill points you use. And then on the second node, we are running this one because Sparkle grants so many skill points back. We don't really need this one. So we are running Resound, the third one. And since we're not doing really any break or toughness damage, we don't really run the middle one for either nodes. I'm done yapping now. So first video back in 3 months. Let's jump right in and see how this plays out. This is pretty straightforward other than the speed tuning, but we will go over the speed tuning at the very end. Okay? So let's hope we have smooth runs and we're able to get that 36,000 that we previously got. So as always, we have Robin on the Sprightly Von Whack to get her skill up. Usually I reset if they stun anybody. If these two bitches attack the same person, they will get stunned. Okay. So good. Right here, we actually we know that we're gonna get the alt up. I'm gonna play safe and go for the auto attack, and we're just gonna cast the alt right away and just get it out. Because if you've seen my video, then you know that we want Lingsha alt to go before anybody else goes and just get it out of the way. Okay, so Branya is faster at the moment, but because I have E2 Branya, she provides 30% speed to Sunday, which now will push him ahead of Branya herself, but behind Lingsha. You will see all the speed tuning at the very end. Okay, so okay, so it takes a little bit of ramping up. We're just gonna give Lingsha that crit buff from Sunday. Is the volume fine, by the way? I think the volume should be fine. Okay, so right now we have plentiful skill points. So we just do this, wait until Fuyan goes, and we activate Robin. And this should be our true speed order. Okay, because Robin, action, advance, everybody 100%, and this should tell you if you did your speed tuning right, which is Lingsha goes first, Sunday pulls her up with Fuyan, and then Branya E. Branya's E, the 30% speed boost is already on Sunday at the moment. Right here. Okay, and then I also accounted for the 12% from Messenger traversing Hackerspace from casting Branya's alt. So you have to take into account all of these speed boosts. So now with maximum speed boost up, Obviously, there's also 40% from the grit mechanic, but this order should be right, okay? So it should be like this. And then, so we can just boop. And like I said, always, if you, alt is up for Lingsha, cast it before Sunday goes. Otherwise, you're gonna waste a turn of Fuyan. So Fuyan goes because of the alt. And then now, Sunday brings up Fuyan again. Otherwise, Fuyan kind of gets stuck and you lose one of the turns, okay? So we have enough skill points. We have 3. If I'm at 3 comfortably, I always skill. Okay, and then this grip mechanic gives me a point back every time it does that. Okay, now we pull up Sunday with Bronya, and then pull up Lingsha and Fuyan up again, and then we let Fuyan go. And then we're just gonna spam the ults. Okay, so very smooth run so far. Hey Vudana, welcome. A little bit of pressure right now. This is my first time recording one of these YouTube videos while streaming, so. Okay, make sure you don't F up. I really wish you could auto select like who your target is. Okay, we're at 3 skill points. Okay, we're about to get alt back, but we want Fuyan to go. So let Fuyan go. And then click it. Woo! So this is true crit DPS Lingsha. No reliance on a sub DPS in Jade. Okay. So usually I'm pretty sure this matters, but I'm gonna wait for the Bronya ult when it's Lingsha's turn so that we can extend the buff. I think that's how that works. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we do that, and then okay, we're doing good progress. I think we're on pace with my previous ones. Robin's ult is up. That's perfect. And they hit me below the 60% threshold. Okay, and we're going to get our ult up. So we're gonna just spam, yes, before Robin's ult ends. I remember when I first started making videos, I kept not finishing my sentences. So we have to spam Robin's ult here because look at everybody's action values like 1 and 2. You're not really saving much. So just let everybody go. That's how I usually judge it. If Robin's ult is about to end and everybody's at like 70 action value, this number that you see right here, if it's really high or they're like down here after the turn, then I would just spam Robin's ult if it's up. But since it's not, we can get a skill point back. We can take it slow. We don't gotta rush. Okay, so we bring her up. I'm gonna let Sunday keep his ult here. I think. Or should I just use it? Okay, it makes sense that I kept it. Yes. Okay. Okay, and then once we exhaust everybody's turns, which is after this one, I'm gonna keep Lingsha's ult until Robin ults. I could right now, if you look at it, I could E, Fuyan goes, and then I could ult and Fuyan goes again. But that's without Robin's ult, which means I will lose out on damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to E, let Fuyan go, Robin ult, and then ult with Lingsha. Because, okay, if I E right now, and then before Fuyan goes, right, I click Robin ult, everybody's gonna jump ahead of Fuyan because Fuyan is a summon, okay, and doesn't get action advance by Robin's ult. So watch this, okay? Let me focus. I'm going to E, let Fuyan go, Robin, and then spam Lingsha. Because now, if I waited until Robin's ult ended and then click the ult, then you lose out on a Fuyan turn. Okay? Very hard to manage, but see? Fuyan goes, and now it's Lingsha's actual turn. Okay. It's a lot of management of when Fuyan goes. Okay, so let's watch our skill points here. We only have one. Okay, so we're just gonna auto. Nice, took it out. Oh, we would have gotten it back anyway, but it's fine. It's better to be safe than sorry, okay? Alright, so like I said earlier, we're gonna wait until their turn here to ult. Bop, let Fuyan go. Boom. Sorry, I want everything to go perfectly, but I'm like trying to explain things and it's putting a lot of pressure. Multitasking. Okay. Everything's going good so far. I didn't click anything wrong. Okay. Okay, so we have another ult coming up. Fuyan goes, and then we click ult. So we are on very good pace. We are on the last wave, and we still have 2 whole cycles left. Okay. I seem to be managing my Sunday ults a lot better this time around. Perfect for the recording. Okay, 2 skill points. And are we good? Yeah. If anything, you can always just auto attack with Lingsha. I know Lingsha's coming up, so and on 1 skill point, so I can just auto attack. The nice thing about Lingsha is that she has that trace where autos also give her the same amount of energy that her skill does. I am running Shared Feeling. Okay, now here I believe if I Sunday ult into her and auto, I can get an ult with Robin's ult still up. So we're gonna do that. Perfect. Okay, so I can actually afford to skill here, I believe. Yes. Okay. Okay, so that was a calculated early Sunday ult. Because we got it back. Okay, and then nice. Okay, perfect. Robin still has her attack boost up. So here we need to be careful. I'm not going to skill here because if I skill here, I'm going to go down to 1 skill point. And then if I don't get the grip mechanic to give me a skill point back, Branya's going to E. And if she loses out on the 50-50 RNG to recover a skill point, I'm going to have 0 skill points on Sunday. So we need a basic here just to play it safe. Right, so if I had done that wrong, I would have had 0 skill points here. Okay, so we do this. Okay, exact same scenario as earlier. We E here, let Fuyan go, and then Robin ult to maximize on the damage. Okay, and I have 3 skill points. Ooh! And Lingsha ult before Sunday's turn to get extra Fuyan turn in. Bam. And because I casted Sunday's ult early, the timing ran out a little bit, but it's a bit awkward, but it should be fine as long as I play it safe. Still on 3 skill points, so we're gonna go. As long as we have 3 skill points, we're safe. We're on 1. Okay, so let's not be crazy and oop. Bop. Take me down to 60%. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Oh, they're all shields? We got one sword. Okay. Emergency. Heal. More damage for me. Yep, yep. Okay, two skill points. We're gonna play it safe. We're gonna play it safe. Okay. Took one out. Nice. Okay, we got a skill point back. See, we could have used it, but that's fine. I believe I should ult here. What I'm gonna do is because before Bronya goes, I want this ult. I'm really min-maxing everything right now. I'm trying to. I'm pretty sure that was the right decision. It seems to be really smooth. I'm getting Bronya's like ult up very consistently. I think that is with the help of shared feeling too. My heart is beating so fast because I have so much pressure. I'm giving myself so much pressure right now. Ooh. Ouch. It's so squishy. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. And we didn't need to spam there because, like I said, we're fine. Okay, let me not mess anything up here. Okay, let me be careful. What am I doing here? Okay, I need a basic here. Min max. Oh, damn it. Look how close she is to getting her ult back. I wanted to squeeze in one more ult, but I couldn't. I think... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna spam my ult until I use Bronya. Because I want her ult up. So what we're gonna do... Bronya ult. Lingsha ult. Before Sunday moves. I wanted Bronya's ult up for Lingsha's ult. This will maximize the damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, and this is the best that we could have done. This is the best one I did with this team so far. Woo! Oh my god, it's so close to 40k too. Do you think we can I don't think so, but we can try. Hit Lingsha! Hit Lingsha, please. Oh my god, that... Oh my god, that was so close! But that was the best run that we did tonight. Like before I even turned on the stream. Holy crap. Off typing without Jade on that team. And we still got 39k. What the hell? But I I have to be, I have to pat myself on the back because I played that perfectly. I don't think I made like a single mistake. Goodness, that felt very good. That last hit when Argenti shanked Lingsha there, that was everything. I don't think I can push that to a 40k. Okay, now this side, we have Hyacine, Jade, and Sparkle with Tribby. Sparkle and Tribby support for Jade and Hyacine as the debt collector. Okay, so to play this team, you have to auto with Jade first because you need to cast E, her debt collector, on Little Ika, but Little Ika is not on the field yet. So this is really wonky to start off with, but we need to just Q, just auto attack right off the bat. And then unfortunately, like she's not like Caster's where you can start the battle off with the Memo Sprite summon, so you need to just do that. Because once you make something a debt collector, you can't change it. Like you can't just cast E on the next Jade turn. You have to wait until it runs out. So you have to basic attack, okay? And then now we're gonna use Sparkle to pull Jade back up quicker so that she can now put debt collector on Little Ika. Okay? So we do that. And we're just gonna use Tribby's ult to bring everybody up faster with Dance Dance Dance. I only have S3 Dance 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 after all these damn years, okay? So, let me stop talking. I need to focus. You need to put E on Little Ika because Little Ika is the one that's hitting things to grant stacks for Jade, not Hyacine. So, if you put it on Hyacine, you're getting 0 stacks because you're just spamming E. And the only way that Hyacine does damage is her auto attack. So you make this fat little unicorn the debt collector. Okay, and then you always need to make sure that the rule of thumb is casting Hyacine's ult on her turn. Okay, because you need those 3 dots to be lit up. It's like any of those other like alts, like Sunday's ult, where you want to cast on his turn instead of off his turn. Okay. And now every single time Hyacine heals, her ult or her skill, Little Ika moves and hits 5 targets, which is 10 stacks for Jade. So not as good as Lingsha's, like 15, 25 stacks like every time with Sunday, but it is still pretty good as you can see. Trust the process, trust the process. Okay, and we have our triple quantum to maximize on Sparkle's buffs for Jade. And then here, usually, if Hyacine is already coming up, I am gonna put, you see how in the action order, Hyacine's already coming up anyway. I feel like this is kind of a waste of the speed boost. So we're actually gonna put our buffs onto Jade because those crit damage boosts last for 2 turns because of Sparkle's trace, one of our ascension traces. And so these crit damage boosts are much more important on Jade's damage. And since Jade moves so slow and the buffs last until her next turn, this buff actually lasts for a very long time on her. So we're gonna do this. And see, like, these buffs will actually last for Jade until her next turn comes up. So her follow-up attack, a million, is that 1.6 million damage? So you just keep spamming E with, you always heal, okay? And this is where I haven't really, should I spam, this is where I'm just like, do I spam Hyacine's? I don't think so. I don't want to spam her ult and mess up my timing. I don't trust myself. 1.7k, bitch. Oh my god. Normally I would like spam her. So see, this is where it's like, okay, Hyacine's coming up. I don't, I'll just spread it out like this. Because my buff is still on Jade right now anyway. The speed tuning is a bit wonky here. I didn't really speed tune this. I just kind of just went with their original builds. So, because I do believe that with the debt collector on Little Ika, she does not. Yeah, this is on Little Ika, right? Oh, the speed is locked. So the 30 flat speed that comes from a Jade usually is not really. It goes to waste, but that's fine. I'm still very new to this team, but I'm just glad. I'm just trying to replicate, aim for that 40,000 that I got the first time, you know. This thing that I do know about Jade, her follow-up attack does not wait until enemies respawn. So it's, if you know a follow-up attack is coming out for Jade, you actually want to make everybody more even. If you know her follow-up attack is gonna kill, then you might as well just make the other enemies lower and match the lowest HP enemy. Okay, go like this, and she's gonna work. Because if I had auto attacked the left and then killed the left, and then the enemies on the right were too high HP for her follow-up attack to kill, then I would have wasted a whole wave, right? So that's how you do that. We just spam heal on Hyacine on this team comp. Okay, now Hyacine just went. Do I pull her back up, or do I do... Ooh, this is like, I'm so new to playing this team, I don't really know. I don't have buffs up on Jade right now though. Right? Sparkle's like buffs have already worn out at this point. I don't know. What is the... I think I'm just gonna do this. I feel like that's the wrong answer. I might have to rerun. I might have to shoot this half, this node, if I don't get the 40k. Because I feel like having Sparkle's buffs up on Jade makes a lot more sense. Good evening, good evening. Been a while, y'all. Sorry it's been so long. Okay, so we've cast it on Little Ika. And so, okay, Hyacine's like right there, so we don't need to do that. Okay, good thing I waited for her ult. Okay. This is 10 stacks, so 5 stacks for Jade. Bam. And then heal again. Another 5 stacks. Bam. Ooh, yes. That feels nice and chunky. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Okay, let's see. We don't have a follow-up attack coming up, so we're just going to take this one out. Okay. And by this point, I think Sparkle's buffs have worn out on Jade. I think. But yeah, it's a bit, it's not perfect, this team, but okay, now Hyacine just went, so I think I'm gonna pull it back up. Like so. I think that's how that works. Or I think that's how I should be playing this. I'm not sure. I'm like, do I put the buffs on Jade? I'll have to test this out and just try putting Sparkle's buffs. Keep skilling on Jade and see if that does more DPS. Because I've just kind of like been going based off of feel. Like, do I put it on Hyacine? If Hyacine is literally right after Sparkle, I do not use her skill on Hyacine. Let's go. Okay. Try to even out. Okay. Let's pull up Hyacine. Heal. The problem with this grip mechanic is that the only person... Oh, actually Chibi can also... Like, this grip mechanic is charged by doing damage with your ult. So... So Tribi and Jade are the only ones that can do that. Because this does not count as ult damage. Because Little Ika is the one that's attacking. So I'm pretty sure this doesn't give me any grip value. Right. Yes. Yeah. 0 grip value from using Hyacine ult. Okay, we're not able to I don't know. Oh, we're so close. Do you think I can do it? I don't think I can do it. I don't know how I did it last time. Damn it! I might just cut the ending of the stream to make it work. We're gonna get... Oh! Please! Oh! Oh! Wait, is there a way I can do it? Please! I want a perfect video! Jade, please pull through for me. Okay, bitch. You got this. If I attack here... Okay. If I attack here... Can I do it? He! Yeah! I did it! I did it! I got the 40k.
Oh my god, what is that?
Ah! Yes! Oh my god, look at that score. Harm assists? Don't say shit to me because I just fucking did that. I just did that. With the slow motion too, bitch. Yes! Oh my god! Okay. So perfect. I didn't have to restart. Say hi, YouTube. I'm so bad at this. Okay. You have to click here, and then you're like, okay. So let's look at the stats. The light cone is shared feeling, S5. And then our relics. Beep, bop, boop, bop, beep. E0. Go back to details. Sunday. Signature light cone. 4-piece Sacerdos, and because of speed tuning, we are at 112 speed. No speed boots. Okay. Robin E1 on her signature light cone. And just typical Robin. Typical Robin. E1. Okay, and then I have Branya with 134-ish plus a little bit speed tuning, and I have E3 Branya. The reason why these relics look like a mess is because the speed tuning is insane for this. Let me try to just give you the gist, okay? So for this team, we want Lingsha first, Sunday second, and Branya third. Okay, and the Robin, of course, is just in her own little planet singing her song. The problem here is because I have E2 Branya, and if you, let's read E2 Branya. When using skill, the target ally's speed increases by 30%. Okay, which means if I keep using her E on Sunday, Sunday is gonna have a permanent 30% speed boost to him and only himself, which means I can't just look at this number and be like, oh, Bronya speed +1 for Sunday, and then Sunday speed +1 for Lingsha, and then have everything in order. Because I have to take into account the 30% speed that Bronya puts onto Sunday. If you do want to use this team, if you insist on using this team, and you have an E2 Bronya, then you do have to worry about this. So her 30% speed boost applies to this gray number, not this number. Okay? So when you calculate this, you actually have to apply it to this number. And then you also have to take into account, for example, 4-piece messenger applies 12% speed to everybody. And then since everybody's base speed is different, you have to calculate this times, for example, 1.12 speed from the messenger hacker space plus 45 to get Lingsha's like true speed, effective speed during battle. Okay? And you have to look at those numbers to see if they're in the right order. Just keep in mind, like, for example, this grip mechanic this time that I'm using, it says all allies have 40% increased speed during the surging grid. So that means I have to look at how 40% affects everybody's base speed. Okay? So that 40% is going to be applied to this gray number, and then you add this blue number, which is your speed boots plus substats, speed substats. So if you want to get into the math, that is the math. That being said, what's happening here is I'm calculating Sunday speed plus 30%. And then after the 40% from the grit mechanics plus 4-piece messenger from Bronya when she casts her ult, after all that's calculated, I have it in the perfect order, which is Lingsha, Sunday, and Bronya. After Bronya casts her first skill, when the battle starts, of course, Sunday's at 112, so he's slower than Bronya. If you don't have E2 Bronya unlocked, then you're perfectly fine, and you can just run your regular schmegular Sunday with his speed boots on. Robin, of course, provides a lot of just damage for the follow-up attacks, since you're moving so many times. Robin's probably the best in slot here. I tried Tribby, and I was getting like 28k. Okay, so Tribby's not the best. Definitely not comparable to Robin in this instance. I do think if I slapped on Jade instead of Bronya on this team, I wonder if I can get the 40k, but we might just try that out later. Okay, node 2. So we have Hyacine with her 200 speed, just the Heart to Shop Light Cone, and my relics are kind of pretty good because I have been farming, and I also spent some, what do you call that, modeling resin on her. Okay, Jade, I have her light cone, and she's still on this fuck ass 4-piece quantum set because I can't be bothered to farm for the other shit. And I have no islands on her. And then Sparkle, a lot of speed. She has her signature light cone. Can't wait until I get to use Archer with her. And then we have a two-piece for the speed stats. Okay. And of course you want to switch to Broken Kill because Lushaka's not gonna do. Oh, if you put Jade in the first slot, then you can run Lushaka. Okay, but I was just like, let me just give crit damage to everybody because Tribby, Jade, and E0 Sparkle. Tribby, Jade, and Hyacine all benefit from the crit damage. So, okay, of course we have Dance Dance Dance. Fucking S3, bitch. S3. I've been playing since the beginning of this game's launch, and I still only have S3 because I didn't pull on a Glaea's like cone banner because fuck that shit. Relics, and to be honest, I'm very happy with my Tribby's relics. Pretty happy. Okay. E0 Tribby, and I might, if she has her rerun, I might get her E1. Okay, so this team, as you saw it in action, this is Jade Hypercarry, pretty much. Hyacine driver for Jade. Well, Little Ika driver for Jade. Little Ika, freaking cute-ass unicorn is a debt collector. It's so funny. But this little unicorn's had to beat you the fuck up and collect some money from you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I've been MIA. I had been a bit burned out and a bit busy with my IRL stuff, but I was having so much fun again. You know, that's when, like, playing around with these two Harm Assist teams that I was like, oh, I definitely need to make a video about this. If you have these teams, I hope you guys can enjoy them with me. I know these teams are a bit hard to speed tune. They're not something that I would tell you to pull for. Pull from Lingsha. I always say that. But yeah, Lingsha has been a staple. As you can see, she's still doing her thing, even without Jade. I'm just gonna wrap this video up, and thank you guys for watching, and good luck on your pulls. See you guys next time.